Success, knowledge, and power. 27 years ago, the greatest man to ever live was born. 27 years ago, the greatest man on this planet, greater than LeBron James, greater than Barack Obama, greater than the greatest man, greater than Bezos, greater than Bill Gates. The greatest man to currently live and to have ever lived was born. And his name was Caleb Darreville. Woo! Guys, today is my birthday. Today I turned 27. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I've been so used to having young birthdays like 18, 21, 23, 19. You know, it's only past couple years where it's like, damn, I'm 25. Damn, I'm 26. And now I'm 27. 3 years until 30. So at least I'm still in my 20s. At least I still have that. But this is weird, guys. You know, 27 is like a weird age. You know, at least for me. I don't know. I feel like I think the reason why it's weird, I think it's because you're starting to run out of excuses for your mistakes and for your reasons for not being where you want to be. And I think that's why late 20s can be a very tough time for people, because I think the expectation and the pressures of life kind of start to get to you. Because when you're 22, no one cares how you behave, no one cares how you act. But once you cross 25 and you start getting closer to 30, people's like, yeah, okay, Caleb, oh, okay. Yeah, you're kind of too old for that, you know? Especially because I have a kid on the way, you know, so now it's like everything's like amplified even more. But, well, whatever, just roll with the punches. I'm just grateful to be alive, grateful to be here, because not everybody makes it to my age, you know? So I know that's not the majority, you know, most people live full lives, but there's a very small percentage of people who don't make it. So I just want to take this time to really be grateful and also to share 10 things that I've learned in life, you know, because life is complicated, and whether you like it or not, how your mindset is, how your life is, and your lifestyle, it plays a huge role into you achieving your goals and achieving financial freedom. So I'm gonna share with you 10 things that I've learned that contribute to my success so far. You know, contributes to my mindset. So guys, this is just an educational video. This is just something you can listen to in the background. I'm not gonna do edits. If I do, it'll be very minimal. So just listen to this video while you're washing the dishes, cleaning the bathroom, taking a dump. Sorry, I'm kidding. Or just showering, whatever. Driving on your commute. Just listen to this. You know, this is something just to listen to. It's my birthday. I wanna talk. I wanna vent. I wanna be candid with you guys today. I want you to see the real Caleb, raw Caleb, authentic Caleb. Yeah. But anyways, let's get into this video. Before that, please give a brother a like. Man, it's my birthday. You know, I know some of y'all are watching my videos, aren't even liking or commenting. At least for today, please just leave a like or leave a comment. It'll be much appreciated. But anyways, let's stop wasting time. So the first thing that I learned in life that has helped me succeed and helped me get to where I am today was my faith in God. You know, this is more of a personal testimony where I grew up in church. You know, I guess you could say active. I was a deacon in my late teens. And then I went to college. You know, I didn't abruptly leave church. I think it was like a gradual thing it got to the point where there was like a 2-year stretch where I didn't even set foot into a church. You know, and I also noticed that along with me not being in church, my kind of like my spirituality and my faith in God started to dwindle until I hit rock bottom. You know, when you're at rock bottom, you tend to see things for what they really are. And then so, end of 2017, I had a breakdown, crying, just how mentally drained, how spiritually dead I was. And I decided to change that. So 2018, I started to rebuild myself. And even now, I'm still rebuilding myself because there's certain things that I still haven't really recovered from. You know, so it's a process, you know, and it's a personal testimony, a personal experience. I cannot tell you you're gonna have the same experience that I do or that I did going back to God. You know, I think eventually people can come to that on their own. But from my personal perspective, my personal experience, like my life has been better when God was in my life. You know, I'm not trying to convert anyone. This is just my perspective, in my opinion. Number 2, things aren't black and white. You know, this thing has been very important to me because you learn one thing, you're taught one thing, mainstream media tells you one thing, so you believe it, right? But then you experience that said thing, you encounter that said thing, and it's not as cut and dry as people made it out to be. The perfect example is politics. I like using politics because it's such an easy example and everyone can relate. You know, this might be controversial. You know, I'm not gonna tell you my personal beliefs. You know, I'm not trying to be political. But for example, let's use Trump supporters, for example. I've often noticed the difference between people who voted for him and people who are rooting for him. Those are two different people. But mainstream media like to paint this broad brush that if you voted for Trump, you must be a bigot, you must be sexist, you must be racist, you must be all these things, these ists. And honestly, I've spoken to Trump supporters. You know, sometimes they don't tell me directly, I just kind of hear how they talk. It's like, you know what, you definitely voted for Trump. You know, but I've come to realize that not everyone fits that broad brush that the mainstream media likes to portray. You know, especially in the workplace, you know, coming from Massachusetts and moving to New Hampshire, and before I used to be very uncomfortable being around Trump supporters. You know, thinking they're evil, they don't like me, whatever. And honestly, like in my other jobs where I assumed someone was a Trump supporter, it made me uncomfortable. But come to this job, I'm in New Hampshire, where most people seem to be leaning towards Republican, right? I have conversations with these people, you know, people who vote for Trump. And it's like, honestly, it's not as black and white as people make it out to be. You know, it's like, you have to realize that everyone has their own experience in life. You know, like, they just do. And it's like, those experiences compiled together allows them to make an opinion or make a choice based off their life experiences. So, when someone paints that broad brush, like, you're not taking into consideration that everyone has different life experiences, and also they interpret those life experiences differently than when, let's say, you had the same life experiences. They're different people. So I'm not condoning the guy, you know, I still think he's a dickhead, but honestly, like, I tend to overlook what other people are saying, and I tend to make my own opinions on certain things. And honestly, he's still unfit for the president, but people aren't making him as bad as what mainstream media is making him out to be. I still think he's unfit. He's just a dickhead in general. He's a dickhead. But in terms of his motives, honestly, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but look into it for yourself, right? But I take that very same mindset, that the very same kind of, how should I phrase this? That mindset, that way of thinking, and I apply it to other areas of life. For example, let's say someone who I find who is very rude or ratchet or whatever, right? You have to look past the outward surface. Some people, how they express themselves is different than how you express yourself. And it's not fair to judge them based off of what they were taught. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to be walked all over and to take disrespect. You know, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's important to kind of have those boundaries. And same thing with politics. You need to hold your people accountable. You need to hold the people accountable. So I'm not saying what I said about politics earlier is not a way to diminish what Trump has done, but it's to kind of not take it at face value. You know, don't get me wrong, he still needs to be held accountable, but the very same token, stop painting this broad brush and putting labels on people or putting labels on it. And it goes to take that same very mindset, apply it to your day-to-day interactions. You do the same thing. Let's say someone who cuts you off who has road rage. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's happening. He might be late to work and he could be last strike and they're fired, right? Or maybe you didn't see in the passenger seat, you know, they had a pregnant wife, their pregnant wife giving birth. And honestly, some people are just dickheads. You know, it is what it is, you know, but you just don't know. So stop painting a general brush, because not everything's black and white. Not everything is as clear and cut dry as you seem. Humans are too complex to be put into these categories, into these labels. You know, so that's why it's very important to be very understanding and very mindful of how you approach people and how you talk to people. So I apply that with politics, I apply that with my day-to-day interactions, apply that in my marriage. Because again, my wife and I, we weren't raised the same. Yeah, we may have similar backgrounds, but I have to stop taking things at face value. I have to really analyze, is she trying to be rude to me? Or am I trying to, and she needs to understand that, am I trying to be rude to her? Because for me, my family, we are very rough around the edges in terms of how we speak to each other. We're very blunt and very candid with each other. And it's all out of love. But sometimes I have to watch my tone with my wife because she's not used to that. So she can't just say, oh, you don't love me because you spoke to me that way. You know, it doesn't work that way because that's how I speak. And so please guys, don't see this as I am, you know, aligning with one political party or anything. No, this is just something that I've learned in life, that you need to see people beneath the surface. You need to see them, you can't take them at face value, because beneath it all, beneath the rough exterior, there is still a person inside there. There's still a soul. There's still a person worth saving. You know, you may think that some people are just way beyond saving. Honestly, you might be right. But for the most part, you still need to give them that fair chance. You know, so that's how I see it. Number 3, nobody will change you or your circumstances. Only you can change you. Not the president, not the governor, not your school teacher, not your wife, not your husband, not your children, not your brother, not your mother, not your father. Only you can change you and your circumstances. You know, that's something that I had to learn the hard way. You know, throughout my life, I always thought that if I just changed my circumstances, I'd be happier. Or if I changed my circumstances, I'd be able to accomplish this goal easier. But I realized that that's never gonna happen. Because I've been chasing something my whole entire life, only to realize that the answer was within me the whole time. You know, I thought that once I got married, it'll be easier to diet and exercise because I'll have someone who's gonna help me prepare my meals when I don't feel like it. Honestly, it got worse when I got married. This is being honest. It got worse. You know, like I was ordering out even more because now that I have more money to blow, because my wife and I, we combine our finances, but I had more money to blow to go get takeout. You know, now I fed off her energy, you know, rather than being the person where she didn't feel like cooking and I just, you know what, she didn't feel like cooking, you know what, let's get food. So now we have 2 devils in one ear telling us to go eat that Chinese food, rather than just myself when I was single. So you have to change yourself. So stop waiting for the government, stop waiting for people to change so you can change. You gotta change, you know? Same thing with jobs, right? I thought my job is gonna make me happy, my job is gonna fulfill me. So this is my 3rd job in less than 3 years. So I was on my 3rd job in less than 3 years. And don't get me wrong, I had valid excuses for leaving each of my previous jobs. But what I noticed was that that same discontentment appeared after a year of working at my current job. So I really wanted to quit my job. I really did. You know, I even sought PCP, you know, seeking counseling, all this other. I was looking into all these things because I thought I needed to find a way. I thought I was depressed. But then I realized that it was me the whole time. Because my current job, the job I have now is what I prayed for. It's what I went to God for and prayed for earnestly. And I got that, right? And I was still unhappy. Then I realized it was with myself. Me changing my job did not help change how I felt about life. It didn't do any of that. So guys, please be careful of blaming other people and blaming your circumstances on external factors, because at the end of the day, it's about you and you alone. I think this point really transitions well into my next point. Happiness is a choice. So this is guys, one number 4. Happiness is a choice. And that's something also I found out the hard way. You know, I think the society today, we like to associate happiness with pleasure in doing things that you love, right? But there comes a point where the things that you love, you don't find them enjoyable anymore. So once those things don't become enjoyable anymore, does that mean you're not happy? Guess where I'm going with this? Because I get bored of things easily. So for me to put my happiness in doing things that I like is dangerous for me. And that's what I was doing. You know, I was basing it off of the food that I ate. You know, I was basing it off of the movies that I watched or whatever. Until those things started to become old and boring, I found myself just depressed. I didn't know why. I just didn't know why. You know? Until I realized that, look, guys, this is literally probably a month and a half ago, I finally came to the conclusion that happiness is a choice. Because one day I made a decision. I was like, you know what? Today I'm gonna have a good day at work. I'm gonna be happy. And guess what? I was damn sure I was happy. You know, in the days that I had a negative mindset going to work, I had a rough day. So please, guys, if you're struggling through depression, if it's not clinically diagnosed, guys, please make the choice to get out of your depression. Like, today, I am no longer depressed. And just do it. Just get up. You know, go clean your room, go clean the apartment. And for me, cleaning definitely helps me get into a better mood. Just do something. Make the choice. Get out of your funk. Just wake up and just do it. Just be happy, guys. Make the choice. Just make the choice. And things will fall into place. Number 5. This is something I found out early, at a very young age, probably below 10. Nobody owes you a damn thing. And I found that early in life. Honestly, being a little transparent here, you know, I was always a nice kid. I was very respectful. You know, I thought if I did right, people would recognize that. And they didn't. You know, I would do the right thing, yet people would still make fun of me. I would do the right thing, but yet I'll still get yelled at for doing something wrong. I'm volunteering my time to help somebody, and let's say I mess up, right? A minor mess up. People still felt the need to yell at me or disrespect me after I volunteered my services. So I and then to me, I took that the hard way. You know, it used to make me so sad and depressed. I used to be angry and bitter about it. Then I realized they don't owe me anything. They don't. It is what it is. They don't owe me kindness. They don't owe it to me. It would be nice if they did. And moving forward, as I grew older, I demanded their respect, but they don't owe me anything. Just because I do something nice for you doesn't mean I get a bunch of things in return. You have to be nice because you want to be nice, because that's your character. No one cares if you're nice. They just don't, you know, and that's the world that we live in today. It's sad that it's that way, but it's true. Nobody owes you a damn thing. So when you have that mindset, all these little trials and tribulations you go through aren't gonna mean anything to you, because you know you have to go for yours. Nobody owes you a job. You have to go get a job and find a job. The government doesn't owe you stimulus. You know, it's nice to have the stimulus, but they don't owe it to you. Yeah, you pay your taxes, but at the end of the day, why are you relying on someone to do right by you? You know, when you have that mentality where it's like, because I do this, I expect this in return. No, that's the wrong mentality to have, because human nature dictates that humans are self-serving. You know, we are selfish beings by nature. So you can't expect a selfish being to do right by you. You know, so that's how I see it. And that's why, you know what? You do me wrong, okay, fine. I keep it pushing. I don't get a job, fine. There's thousands of jobs that I can apply to. You don't owe me anything. The world doesn't owe you anything. So if you have that mindset, I'm telling you guys, you'll start to see all the success, all your goals that you thought you couldn't accomplish, all the little setbacks you thought were holding you back. When you realize the world doesn't owe you anything, not even kindness, the world doesn't even owe you kindness. When you realize that, guys, I'm telling you guys, you will start to see progress in your life. Number 6, you are not as important as you think you are. Guys, this is a tough pill for a lot of people to swallow. I feel as if I found out a lot of these life lessons the hard way. You know, like I would have to go through something, you know, for me to come to these conclusions. But yes, number 6, right? Yeah, number 6. You are not as important as you think you are. So for me, I found this out in college. Because in middle school, elementary school, high school, like I was popular. I wouldn't say popular. You know, people knew me. People got along with me. But I wasn't like the cool kid on the block. You know, I wasn't. You know, it was a small high school. So plus everyone just knew each other. It was just a small high school. There wasn't really any cliques or anything. Everyone just got along. Especially when we got into high school. Because I went to a K through 12 school. Everyone just got along. You know, there was very few instances, especially in high school, where people would beef with each other. And that was like more like middle school. But everyone just got along. But when I got to college, honestly, I felt as if like I was a big man on campus. I knew a lot of people. You know, I thought, oh yeah, these are all my friends. Like I go to parties and I see people that I forgot that I even met. So I thought that meant, boom, you have arrived, you have all these friends, you have all these people in your circle. Come to find out, come summer vacation, my phone was silent. My phone was empty. No text messages, nothing. Honestly, I took that pretty hard, actually. I kept that to myself. Like, I didn't really express that. I wasn't one of those people on Facebook talking about fake friends, No, I wasn't doing any of that stuff. So I took it pretty hard, to be honest with you, because someone who wasn't used to a lot of attention and knowing that many people, to thinking that everyone is your friend, come to find out that boom, summer vacation, no one cares. No one cares. And maybe a couple people here and there, but other than that, they have their own life. And it's not like an indictment on them. It's just that they had their own lives too. They had their own struggles. They had their own things that they need to worry about. You know, they're not thinking about me all the time. You know, like a lot of people, when they go back home for summer vacation, they are working. You know, so if you have this false sense of importance in your head, you're gonna think that attention and all that, all that attention is gonna be constant. But no, like that's not the case. No, people have their own lives. So don't ever think you're important to where people are always gonna be texting you all the time. People are always gonna be trying to hang out with you all the time, because that's not life. That's not reality. So please, guys, you are not as important as you think you are. You're just not. You're not saying you're not important. I'm just saying you don't come first. You are not people's priority. And honestly, and plus, people you think that are hating on you, they're not. Let's be real. They're not hating on you. They're just doing their own thing. They're minding their own business. Just because someone is not supporting you or liking your Facebook post doesn't mean they're hating on you. It means that they have their own life, their own problems, their own goals and ambitions, that they're choosing to focus on that rather than rather than like your stuff or watch your YouTube videos or support your business. It is what it is, guys. So please don't walk around life thinking that the world owes you anything or that you're this big important guy or woman. I thought I was this big hot big man on campus. Come to find out, people weren't hitting me up in the summertime. Honestly, that this every single year was like this. And, each and every single time, it didn't hit me as hard. But I go into a year, make a lot of new friends, make a lot of new connections, and come summertime, they're gone. Or one year I lived on like opposite side of campus, away from all the main people, and I didn't really hang out with many people that year. I also took that to heart, But it is what it is, guys. It's like it's not a condemnation on people, it's just that you're just not as important as you think you are. So, anyways, I think I'm rambling too much on this point. So, time to move on. Number seven. Everybody sucks. I suck. You suck. Your mama sucks. Your daddy sucks. Your brother sucks. Your wife sucks. Your husband sucks. Everybody sucks. And I'm not saying I'm not saying that because they suck. I'm saying that to let you know that in some point in time, everyone on this earth will let you down. No matter who it is. People will let you down. Some more than others, and some more often than others. But people will let you down. And like I was saying earlier, do not expect people to do right by you because they don't owe you anything. So people have this false sense of kind of security that these people will never hurt me, they will never say anything, they'll never do anything. But guys, that's not life. This is not life. Like for me, like I am not perfect. I let my wife down all the time. Sometimes intentionally. Because sometimes I just don't care. Obviously, it's not like I'm doing it to sabotage our marriage, but it's like, let's say like she wants me to watch something with her. I was like, I don't want to watch it. It's like little things like that. But sometimes even the bigger things, sometimes you're expecting something, but you just don't get it. Not because they don't love you, it's that they're human beings. They're flawed human beings with their own problems. Like I said before, everyone has their own problems. So it's not like they're maliciously trying to hurt you or let you down. Sometimes it is though, but it's just like their life circumstances didn't call for them to be able to be there for you when you needed them. And that's just reality. You can't expect everyone and everybody and every single time to be there for you. So that's why I say everybody sucks. Not because people suck, but it's because life happens, guys. Life happens. So that's it on this point. This is pretty self-explanatory. Just let it ride, guys. Always go into a relationship hoping for the best, but not being surprised when things don't go your way. Number 8, do not judge a book by its cover. This has been very important to me because for me, this is why I was able to have such a diverse background of acquaintances and friends while I was in college. Because there's some times where it's like I'd see someone from a distance, I'd see how they interact with people. I'm like, yo, this guy's a tool. And then, mind you, years later, I meet that person and it's like, wow, either they've grown or they're just a chill person and I misjudged them based off of my perception. So please, this is just self-explanatory, guys. Like I said earlier, things are not what they seem. So when you judge a book by its cover, you are eliminating yourself from possibly getting to know somebody, which is actually my point number 9. They're kind of 8 and 9 probably relate, so I'll just talk about them simultaneously. So it prevents you from getting to know somebody, because when you get to know somebody, there's a new perspective that you gain from that person. They teach you something. Like for example, growing up, I was mostly around black people. My church was a Haitian church, and they were all black. Imagine more Haitian to be more specific. And then the school that I went to was like 52% black, and it was a small school, and it was a very small school. So it was even a smaller sample size of black people. So 52% black, and my graduating class was 50 kids. So and then I think it was like 20% Latina, and then I think it was like, I forgot the percentage for the white people, but it was just very small. So my bubble was pretty small. I was pretty naive to different cultures and different ways of thinking and ways of life. And going into college, there's certain things that I just didn't understand. I just didn't know. You know, I was now exposed to a more broader range of white people who didn't come from a diverse background. You know, I was more exposed to a wider range of black people that I didn't really see, and Asians and etc. So sometimes I would look at, let's say, a white person or a black person, and I would make assumptions based off of my limited experience on that culture. And then had I held on to those biases, it would have prevented me from networking, which would have prevented me from getting to know somebody. And then without getting to know somebody, you don't get that added value, the added perspective that you didn't have before. That's why diversity is very important. I don't care for inclusion because, like, let's be real, like, I don't have to be included to respect somebody's way of life. I don't have to be. That's just my opinion, but I'll get into that into another video. But that's why diversity is very important. Because when you're exposed to a diverse environment, you get to learn about other people. You don't have to do what they do, but you get to learn their perspective and add it to your bank of knowledge that will enable you to make better decisions moving forward. So that's why 8 and 9, which I kind of lumped them together, is very important. Number 10, last but not least, you have to enjoy life. You just have to, guys. Like, for me, I was all about grind, no vacations. I gotta grind, you know. And then honestly, I was miserable. You know, I feel like I'm always in a constant state of goal setting and trying to achieve something that I forget to sit there and enjoy the rainbows, smell the flowers, walk in the park, you know. So it sucks. It sucks. That's why I'm not this frugal guy who's gonna talk to you about stocks and bonds and, you know, do technical analysis. Like, honestly, that stuff is boring. Let's be real. That stuff is boring. They are important, but they're not the end all be all. You gotta enjoy life. You gotta take a vacation. I mean, you have to be able to, you know, watch a football game every so often. You know, just relax. You know, like all these gurus saying that work. Like Gary Vee, he's also about work. You know, don't take no breaks. Still 6 hours of sleep. Don't sleep. Like, is that sustainable? If you enjoy doing that, then that's different. You know, for some people that's an outlet, but that's not an outlet for everybody. So you just gotta really take the time to enjoy the rainbows. You know, learn a sport, learn how to play an instrument. You know, exercise. You know, exercise, not exercise to set PRs or set these big lofty goals. Do that just to feel better. Just enjoy life. Enjoy the things that you do. So it's very important to find your passions and run with them. Find a little hobby. You know, just enjoy life. And who cares? Like this video, honestly, I'm doing this video right now. I feel like I'm sound like a dumbass right now. You know, sorry for swearing, but I feel like I sound like a complete idiot. You know, and I may sound like an idiot. Some people might think I'm an idiot, but I can't let that get in the way of doing what I like, doing what I love, enjoying myself. And I love talking to people. You know, I'm rambling right now. This is like 15 minutes going on? I don't know, let me see. Oh, 35 minutes. This is a 35-minute video, guys. 35 minutes. So, either way, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is more of a candid video. I'm all over the place. I don't care. Whatever. I might edit my stuttering. But we'll see, guys. We'll see. Anyways, guys, happy birthday to me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. That's all I ask for. very simple. It's not that big a deal. Please do it for my birthday. Please. Anyways, guys, holla at your boy.